Do 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 do. Introducing your hosts for this year.
Welcome to the 2025 Sips and Clips Oscar Prediction Show, hosted by Lian McFalls and Michael Schusterman, sponsored by whatever coffee we're drinking today.
We're sipping on. So what I was saying before, though, I think Oscar predictions
are a terrible idea. We shouldn't do them.
No. I'm talking about, yes, but but when it comes to like reading them in the trades, I feel the same way about Oscar predictions as I do about fan theories, where like you're reading them and then they're either you get your hopes up and then they're wrong.
Yeah.
Or they're correct and then you've like ruined it for yourself. I just like to watch it in real time, what's real, what's live. But this episode, and I know we told you that last episode we'd have a guest, but surprise, nope.
Our guest is the Academy.
The Academy. I like to thank the Academy for this
wonderful opportunity of giving our Oscar prediction and hopes and dreams for the Oscars this year. But I guess we should start off with what we're sipping on, as always. So, Michael? I'm sipping on a cinnamon dulce almond latte.
Dolce?
I'm not Italian, so I don't feel like this feels like cultural appropriation.
Cinnamon dulce.
Dolce?
I think it's dolce.
It's probably
like Dolce and Gabbana.
That makes sense.
Is what I think of.
Yeah.
Almond milk?
Almond milk. You only get it with one pump, though, because otherwise it's too sweet.
I've got two drinks with me. I have some nice... Actually, I forget. I think it's ginger green tea.
Ginger green tea.
Good
for your gut.
Good for my gut. God knows I've got some gut issues. And then to balance out the hot, I've got cold vanilla sweet cream cold brew from Starbucks that Michael so graciously offered to me.
I came in late today, so I had to make up for everybody for bringing in coffee.
57 minutes late.
Hey guys, make sure to update your calendars. That's the lesson of the day. Listen, I told you I live my life. Remember our whole like, what's my plan for the new year? Live my life by systems. And one of my systems, my calendar.
Your calendar. Hey,
new system. Got to update the calendar.
Another opportunity to add to it. This is going to air way later, but today is the Super Bowl, and I just gotta say, go Birds.
I agree, go Birds.
And
fuck the Chiefs.
God, I hate the Chiefs. And you know what? Last time we were talking...
oh God, Birds are from Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
So of course, go Birds for you. I am not from Philly or anything like that. So last year, I rooted for the Chiefs because I was like, oh yeah, get the double, and now I'm like. This whole last year, I've only become more anti-Chiefs. And so now I'm like, I want to see the Eagles crush this fucking team into the dust.
The Chiefs are the new Patriots.
Absolutely.
In this season.
Absolutely.
I hate them.
Antagonists.
Oh my God. So annoying. Patrick Mahomes is, we call him Kermit the Frog. And
why
he
just Kermit the Frog?
Because he looks like it and he sounds like it.
Because he's a puppet for the NFL.
Oh, seriously though. But you know what? Last time
he's a puppet for the state.
For the entire, yeah.
But
last time when we were talking to Jason, we had jokingly talked about, the Dodgers winning the World Series, and we predicted that. Because then they won the World Series.
And so we're predicting that the Eagles are going to win. We're predicting that the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl, and we're predicting that all of our Oscar predictions are correct.
Are going to be correct, yeah. Well, why don't we get into it? I know that, I don't know how you have it ordered on yours.
Well, I have for it mostly the one I think is going to win and the one I want to win, which sometimes are the same one and sometimes are different ones.
But why don't you tell me which ones?
Wait, also, Cassidy, what are you sipping on?
A black coffee.
There we go, guys. Your Cassidy cameo for the day.
Yes. Production sound mixer is sipping on a black coffee.
In honor of David Lynch.
Yes, in honor of David Lynch. So which ones, let's say, which ones have you not seen out of Best Picture?
I haven't seen Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, or Nickel Boys.
It's okay for you not to see Amelia Perez.
I need to see Amelia Perez. There's so much. We were talking the show about all the smoke Amelia Perez is getting around town. It's one of those things that like at this point, it just feels like I have to see it. Like it's not even like a...
You do have to see it knowing to have low expectations for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah. I saw it not quite knowing what it was going to be. I thought that it was, I saw the rating on IMDb, and at this point I can kind of guess what type of movie it's going to be based on IMDb ratings. And it was like a 6 or a 5. I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm kind of surprised it's nominated, but now I got to see it because
I think it's sitting at like a 2.8 on Letterboxd. I can check, but it's like, low. It's low. It's not high.
Oh, also, should we say that this might be spoilers for any of the movies?
Of course, it's Oscar. It's all spoilers.
It might be spoilers.
Spoilers all the way down.
If you don't want to hear any spoilers of these movies, then do not listen.
Well, we got a few categories to get through, so we should just go.
Yeah.
Let's just go one by one. Do you want to start with Best Picture, or do you want to end with Best Picture?
We can end with Best Picture. All
right.
Actor in a leading role. I think Adrian Brody.
I think Adrian Brody is also going to win.
And I do want him to win. There's only one category.
I want Timothy to win.
See, I haven't seen A Complete Unknown, so I can't. I wouldn't be upset if he won.
Timothy's my boy. I stand that man.
I love Timmy.
That's how I gotta. I also like Sebastian Stan. I haven't seen The Apprentice, but I've seen clips of The Apprentice.
Yeah.
And he does such a good job. I also did see Sing Sing, and I love Coleman Domingo in that movie.
I didn't see Sing Sing or The Apprentice yet.
But I do think Adrian Brody will probably win. I kind of think it's going to be a brutalist winner.
I agree. Well, because I was going through these and I was like, oh, a lot of these are like my choices ended up being a lot of brutalist. Actor in a supporting role, I've got Kieran Culkin.
I have Kieran Culkin as well.
Yeah, have you seen A Real Pain?
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, so good. And he does so good in it.
Again, I've seen clips of Jeremy Strong in Apprentice. I feel like that is also a good choice, but I'm inclined to think it's Kieran Culkin.
I do love your Borisov in Honora.
What? Oh,
Honora. I can't pronounce his name. I'm so sorry. But I do love him.
Borisov.
And Guy Pearce was really good too, but I think Kieran Culkin's gonna.
Yeah, I think
he's gonna sweep it. This is the only one that I have a difference of wanting and who I think is going to win.
This is the only one?
It is. Not this one, not the Kieran Culkin one. The next category I'm going to say is actress in a leading role.
Yeah.
I stand by this 100%. I want Mikey Madison to win, but I think they're going to give it to Cynthia Erivo.
I think they're going to give it to Demi Moore.
Demi Moore was great too.
I feel like there's been such a like Demi Moore for one is so good. And then for two, I'm like, there's been such a big movement in Hollywood, especially to like be supportive of older actors and older actresses.
Yeah.
And like, this is damn near one of the best things Demi Moore has ever done. So I'm inclined to think for like a huge legacy of her career, this is the time for her to get the Oscar.
I would not be upset. If
and if you're Demi Moore and if I'm 24, Earth's a trillion, fuck. And if you're Demi Moore and if I'm 24, Earth's a trillion years old. So what's 20 more?
Love that. What is that? Did you just make that up?
No, it's from a Watsky song.
Oh, okay. Oh, of course. You would quote a Watsky song.
It's a Watsky song about how he's really into MILFs.
Okay, are you calling Demi Moore a MILF?
She 100% is, by definition, she's the prototypical MILF. What are you talking about?
You know what? I agree.
What are you talking about?
I just had to clarify. I had to make sure that you were talking about this.
Of course.
I do have to say, the first 5 minutes of The Substance, the fact that Demi Moore literally says, no, not just Demi Moore, but just most of the main characters don't say anything. And you know exactly what is going on in her mind and everyone else's mind. Genius. I was so good.
Well, that being said, I hate body horror. So the movie was difficult, but
So you know what? I also hate body horror. I hate body gore, all of that. And this is why I did not see it when it originally came out. But then it was nominated and I was like, God damn it, now I have to watch it. I am
also a big fan of nominating more horror stuff in general, horror and thriller stuff to be...
Thriller stuff, yeah.
It's thriller and horror is poison for Academy Awards, and it's a damn shame because it's clearly just industry-wide, that is what's selling these days. Mm-hmm. And it's we should be encouraging that more.
But I watched The Substance... I did it at like 10 a.m. on my
10
laptop.
a.m.?
On my laptop. I understand that's a little frowned upon, but it was good because what I realized is that all of the horror stuff really also came from the sounds. So my shitty laptop speakers really like toned it down, and it made it a little bit more bearable for me.
Easier to get through.
Yeah. So you want Demi Moore, and you think they're going to give it to her, or
I want Demi Moore to win. See, it's interesting. You say Cynthia Erivo. I'm inclined to think Nora wins here, that Mikey Madison wins, but. Yeah,
you still haven't seen.
I'm going to go with Demi Moore for both. I have not seen Nora.
Okay.
I haven't finished Nora. I should be clear.
Okay. See, you should watch. You gotta finish watching.
But I know she's fabulous. She's fabulous.
Oh,
in
she's
film,
great.
So, yeah, but I've been reading all about Nora.
Yeah.
In the trades. And
It just won a bunch of awards at the DGA.
That's why I kind of think.
You think?
But
they're
again,
give
I think
Madison?
I think like the Oscars is a different voting group, and I think Demi Moore has such a chance.
Actress in a supporting role.
You and I have the same pick for this.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Ariana.
Ariana. Yeah. She, out of all of the people, I feel like she stood out the most.
Yep, I agree.
Animated feature film.
This one's hard because
hard.
I had one pretty clear choice, and then Flow came out. And
I just saw Flow yesterday.
I haven't seen Flow, but I've heard only just the most brilliant fucking things about Flow.
Yeah.
But I am inclined to still think that it's Wild Robot, which is my choice. I think Wild Robot has it in the bag, only because Wild Robot is so good. It's so good.
The other thing about Wild Robot is that I feel like that a lot of people have...
Also, I want to make it clear. I have a lot of friends who've worked on these various films. Me not picking your movie is not a reflection of my values on you.
This is true. This is true.
I have friends who've worked on Wild Robot, and I'm picking Wild Robot because it is the best film. And also I love you guys, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that for both of us, we know people who have worked on some of these films. A lot of these films, and it should not be a reflection on what we think of you as a person.
It's always the really funky things about it where you're just like, especially when you have a film up at the Oscars and you're like, you see your friend, like I have friends who've done film podcasts or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I see them get to the category that a film that I've worked on is nominated. I'm like, you gonna pick mine? You gonna pick mine?
Yeah.
You gonna pick mine? You gonna pick something else?
Yeah.
Not like,
but then it's hard. It's actually hard for when your film is up for an Oscar and then you see
it's such a painful
another
time.
film that you know is
win.
actually better or way better, and then you're like, I have to internally support my film, but like honestly, I agree with the anyway. Yeah, so I saw Flow yesterday.
It's good.
The only one I didn't see out of the animated feature film is Wallace and Gromit. I think Wild Robot is going to win because also there's so much there was so much pub around how good it was when it came out. And all the other ones,
and
I'm
it is
sure
really good. I mean, it is just. I mean, they're all really good.
Yeah.
I actually haven't seen Memoir of a Snail or Wallace and Gromit or Flow. God, I've listened to these. But just based off of the press, I'm inclined to think Wild Robot still wins.
Yeah. I have nothing for animated. When it comes to animated short film, like all of those, I just haven't seen.
Let's randomly pick.
You know what? I like the name Yuck. That's a fun name.
I did a random number generator, and I'm going with Wander to Wander.
All right.
Let's move on. Cinematography.
Yeah. So this is one.
This one's hard.
It is, but I'm going to stick by mine. And this is, again, not just because I know people that worked on it.
I know so many freaking people that worked on this.
We're going to say Dune 2 for Lian. I do genuinely think that they got snubbed at the Oscars. It does make me very angry that Amelia Perez got 16 nominations and Dune 2 got 5.
Yeah.
And whether or not I would think that they would win in all of the in all the categories that I think that they should have been nominated for. I do think that they should have been nominated for a lot more than what they did.
Agree.
Genuinely, I think it's just a masterpiece. So I'm going to say cinematography, Dune 2.
I am going to split my vote here. I think Dune 2 should win based off the fact that I know that team and I also just know what they what they did. And also I'm such a simp for the people who plan out shots so meticulously like that. which is also why I'm a big fan of Nosferatu winning this category, but I am inclined to want Dune just to win. Again, that might be my bias showing. I think
The Brutalist.
Brutalist will win.
I could see that too.
Brutalist
I
will
could see Brutalist winning as well.
There's been a lot of articles in press about Brutalist being the Lawrence of Arabia of our time.
I get that.
And
100% I get that.
I just think that's going to carry through, unfortunately. That being said, it's not like it's bad. I think that's what will happen.
Yeah. Costume design.
You and I have different choices here.
Ooh. I've got Wicked.
You've got Wicked. I've got Gladiator 2.
You know, I was
Which I
between
might
the
be
two.
wrong. I might be wrong.
I was in between the
haven't
two.
seen anybody pick Gladiator 2, but I love Gladiator. I thought that movie was great and deserved way more. I know you and I disagree.
We do disagree about this.
I really love Gladiator 2. I thought it was fucking fabulous. I thought it should have been nominated for way, way more things.
I thought it was fine. I didn't dislike it. I did not dislike. Listen, I disliked Amelia Perez more than I liked to.
Wicked is great. I'm just like, I don't know.
I just think of the intricacies, and I agree that Gladiator 2. I was between the two. I was between Gladiator 2 and Wicked, and I just think that Wicked's gonna pull out. Directing.
All right, this is where I get pissed off.
Oh, okay.
That's where I get pissed off. Well, this is me being my woke self. I'm gonna once again lament the lack of female directors in this category, as always. I think that Coralie Farge should win.
Yeah.
I don't think she will. I think Sean Baker will win for Honora.
Oh, you do?
Oh, you think Brutalist is going to win?
I put Brutalist down. I wouldn't be upset with the substance, though.
Brutalist is Brady Corbet.
I would love for Coralie to win for the substance, because I did think that movie was fucking great. But
Academy hates women for this category. This is a silly thing, but it's like the only woman to ever win this category is Catherine Bigelow.
Oh, really?
I think she's the only woman for, I think, Hurt Locker.
Was it? We're going to fact check this real quick.
I'm wrong.
Yes.
I'm wrong. Catherine Bigelow, Chloe Zhao, Jane Campion, and Greta Gerwig. Greta Gerwig won for Best Director? No, she didn't.
No, only
she
3 women.
didn't.
I only have 3 women.
I hate AI. Apple, fucking Google AI.
AI says Catherine Bigelow, Chloe Zhao, and Jane.
Okay, well now
Campion.
I need to double check that.
Cassidy looks like he knows.
Is it just those 3?
It's just Jane Campion, Chloe Zhao, and Catherine Bigelow.
All right. I didn't know it was 3.
Cassidy is...
That's still ridiculous.
Cassidy is a little bit of an Oscar
savant,
historian nerd, so he's able to...
If you disagree with any of our choices, feel free to hop on and tell us we're doing.
Oh, yeah. Well, we should have put... Hold on. Go ahead.
My choice for director, I feel like it's going to be Brady Corbet. I haven't seen the film, but that's just my guess.
Who was... Which movie was that?
The Brutalist.
Yes. Yeah. Also, another one, I know it's not a female director, but... Denis Villeneuve. I cannot pronounce.
It's ridiculous.
I can't pronounce his last name. I'm so sorry. But Denis also should have been up there for directing. And John Chu.
This is, I mean, we can get into it, but I mean later, but I do think a lot of this just has to do with the fact that Dune Part 2 is now seen as IP and something that's a part of IP, whether it be Marvel or Star Wars or something like that, just doesn't get nominated.
Yeah.
Which is really frustrating because it's sometimes it's a valid criticism about a movie just being like a toy or what Martin Scorsese is it's a roller coaster ride as opposed to a movie. But I also feel like nobody looks at the Lord of the Rings trilogy and is like, man, what a silly campy group of movies. Those are incredible films.
And they were multiple. They were
every single one.
All of them have
swept
been,
at the Oscars. Yeah. Nowadays, if you make your first film and then you make the second film and it's considered IP, you get Wicked. Probably has quite a few nominations here. Wicked Part 2 will get nothing.
Which frustrates me as well, because that just makes it
it just sends people away from the Oscars.
And it just becomes not about whether the film in and of itself is good.
Yes.
It just is by
virtue.
Virtue or quote unquote unsaid rules, we can't nominate it because of this. It's if the film is good, the film is good, no matter if it's a second, a third, or whatever. And that's what angers me, is when these nominations come out based off of unspoken rules or unspoken whatever. So I'm going to say The Brutalist for directing. You want it to be the substance, but you think it's going to be Anora.
Anora, yeah.
I wouldn't be upset with Anora either. I loved Anora. Documentary feature film and documentary short film, ones that I do not ever know.
I didn't see any of these.
Didn't see any of them.
Unfortunately, I got no answer for you on best doc.
No answer. Let's just skip.
I'm going to say, yeah, let's just skip. I'm
could
sorry,
just skip.
guys. Sorry to any of the doc people.
Yes. I got film.
Let's come back to film editing at the end.
Okay, we'll do film editing,
We'll do
at,
film
the
editing at the end.
International feature.
Flow. It's the only one. Flow.
Oh,
only
Flow.
Only one I really know about. So
I'm going to say I'm still here because it's nominated for Best Picture.
so is Amelia Perez.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about Amelia Perez anymore.
This might be the one category
on about Amelia Perez.
This may be the one category Amelia Perez wins. Like, honestly, in the politics of it all, this may be the one that they win.
I also heard Seed of a Sacred Fig is good, but I've never seen it. But I heard it was very good.
Did you know this has to be submitted by the country?
What do you mean?
International feature film, like, to be nominated for this category has to be nominated by the government of that country. That's how it works. That's why, like, RRR didn't get nominated a few years back because India didn't submit it.
They didn't submit it?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because of like politics within India about that film. But yeah, this has so like, it's always funny to look at these and be like, oh, Amelia Perez, that is the French government. Like that's the French government's selection for the best film they could put up for this.
That's so weird to think about.
Yeah.
Makeup and hairstyling. I'm saying Wicked again. I think Wicked's going to sweep any type of visual in terms of creative.
I have substance for this, but
Wouldn't be
Wicked,
upset with substance.
I would probably personally put it for Wicked.
Yeah.
I'd split my choice and say Wicked there.
Yeah. Next two, I kind of just guessed. I don't actually know. Music, original score.
It's weird. I don't understand why Wicked's on here. I gotta read about that.
I don't either.
I'm like, it's not original.
Well, no, the score that they used though.
Like the backing track?
Not like the songs.
Feels like feels like a little bit of help there. But
Yeah, I just put Conclave,
I didn't have a good try. I put Wicked.
but I don't have a good one for this either. Maybe
I
the
put
Brutalist.
Wicked. I have no good choice for this.
It's also all of these besides Wicked. I cannot even remember
The single song.
a single like soundtrack song.
Yeah, me neither.
Same with music.
These were
original
songs. Terrible list. This is a terrible list of original
I don't even
songs.
know
I just
any
want
of
to say
these.
these are just terrible.
I literally chose Never Too Late because it's Elton John. I don't know any other. Like, I
chose Like a Bird because it's the only time Sing Sing is on this goddamn list. So I
'cause
fucking
you like
loved Sing Sing. So
Yeah.
Like a Bird gets my vote exclusively for that.
Elton John is the most well known, so
Yeah,
he probably
that's totally
has.
possible.
It's probably a great song too. I don't know what it is. Oh, production design. I have Wicked again.
I wrote Dune Part 2.
Again, not. I wouldn't be upset. I was
But
kind
Wicked
of
I
between
also
the
think
two.
was brilliant. I think I love sets. I love stages.
I was gonna
and
say,
I
that's
really
why-
do. I think that's becoming back in fashion, and I really do love Wicked for their use of sets. So
Yeah, as
of
much
those
as
I agree.
I love Dune Part 2 production design, which I was torn. I was torn between the two. I said Wicked because the live.
I
set.
also think it could be Brutalist just because the Brutalist is about architecture,
That's true.
and it could just be that simple.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Sometimes it happens. It's like if you have best sound, it's like, what is the sound movie? What's the movie having to do with like sound?
Right.
And then that movie wins.
Live action short film. I have
haven't seen
absolutely
any of
nothing.
these.
We're gonna skip best sound. So best sound. You
Best
put a
sound.
complete unknown.
I put a complete unknown because Scott Morris cut it, and I love Scott. So
Okay.
I'm gonna give. Scott's a sound freak, so I'm gonna give it to complete unknown. But I am probably inclined to think that Dune Part 2 wins.
I'm giving it to Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
This was hard for me. Visual effects.
I have like opinions about this.
Okay.
In only in that, like, I do think this category routinely pisses me off, and it's not because the
Yeah.
creator lost last year in this category.
It is 100%.
But it is also a part
of
about the fact that this film creator lost last year. There's always this argument that happens, and maybe you have an opinion about this. I'd be curious that in like, especially Oscar circles, whether or not a film should win a category because it's the movie that progresses that category the most, or it's the film that exemplifies that category the most.
I see what you're saying.
Right? Like, Yeah, there's a real argument that like in 2002, the film that clearly should have won Best Cinematography is Attack of the Clones because it used a brand new kind of digital camera that hadn't been used. There's this whole kind of thing. It's like, but you could also be like, clearly that's not the best cinematography. But you're like, without that movie, you don't get blah, 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 blah. Right?
Yeah.
So there's always this argument, especially about VFX. And like, this is what happened last year was we were up against Godzilla minus 1 or Godzilla minus 0, whatever it is. And both of our films were getting articles written about it because of our economical VFX and our approach to economical VFX. So we were both, as films, doing things having to do with the concept of economical VFX.
And what do you mean by economical
cheap VFX?
Oh,
like figuring out a way to shoot your movies and do VFX in a way that is more affordable and less demonstrably damaging to a film's budget going forward. Like both of our movies were doing that. And so there was kind of this argument about that. But I also think like visual effects, looking at this list, I'm like, I have an opinion about which of these VFX I thought was the best and most impressive. But I also have opinions about the one I think did the most to advance VFX and will have more long-lasting implications in the future. And those are split.
Yeah.
So I don't know. How do you feel about this kind of question?
You know, it's also this, there's something similar. There's another category similar, and of course I cannot think of it at the moment.
I feel like there's always a category. Like sometimes it's sound. It's like, oh, the first film used Dolby Atmos. Like, did that film deserve best sound?
And it's hard when you're working in it because you know what was done to achieve it.
Yeah.
What happens with visual effects is that the movies that are like the flashiest, right, get nominated.
Yes.
The ones that are very obviously, the biggest use of CGI, mocap, like all of that. But then when you work on a film like Here, no flashy visual effects, but that entire movie was visual effects.
Yep.
And you question, okay, that's not.
That's why
I don't
like Here should have been up for best cinematography too. Like it's the same thing. And I think it should have been up for best editing. Like it's a thing where it's like this is doing something different.
Yeah.
Let's weigh it against the annals of history because it's doing something different.
And unfortunately, I know working on that film that it was not going to be nominated. But I thought that it should have been. Maybe it would not have won.
Yes.
But I saw how much visual effects and how much that team and what they had to do to get that film where it was.
Yeah.
That I appreciated it and I thought it should be up. So it's instances like that where, the films might not be the flashiest, but de-age, then now we're bringing into the question of de-aging. Like, should de-aging be part of it? Was The Irishman not? I actually don't know if The Irishman was nominated for it. It was nominated. See? Like, not the flashiest, but there's a lot of work from visual effects that goes into it.
This is a long way of saying I think my favorite visual effects was Dune Part 2.
I have Dune Part 2 down for this too.
I think, without a doubt, it should go to Kingdom.
See, I didn't see Kingdom, so I don't have an opinion.
I'm such a fan of those fucking monkey movies. But also, Weta and what they do with those movies.
Yeah.
Like, they routinely are advancing hair physics in those films. Like, we get our basic principles of hair physics from Weta.
Yeah.
And so, like, without the Kingdom movies, like with Olive or the Planet of the Apes movies, I shouldn't say Kingdom movies because it's War of the Planet of the Apes and the other ones. Right. Without Planet of the Apes, like, there's just like so much we get tool wise for VFX from those films that I am inclined basically whenever I see a Weta VFX movie to give it to them. So I know Kingdom did a lot to advance stuff, so I think they should get it, but that fucking worm shot is so amazing. It's so amazing. God, it's one of the best shots in film fucking history. That I do think Dune Part 2 will win because of it.
I have Dune Part 2 for this too. I would not be upset and I didn't see, besides Wicked, I didn't see the other nominees, but I would not be surprised.
Tell me you didn't see the monkey
Pedo Man. That it's about Robbie Williams, and for the longest time I thought it was Robin.
I thought so
and
too.
I was like, what? He was this, and I was like, no, wait, read this again, Lian.
I I don't want to make fun of Robbie Williams in case we have our one British listener.
I know
listening.
nothing about him, so
It's really funny to watch the trailer and he's like, for the next 2 hours, your ass is mine. And I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, but he's got to be a mad rocker. And then you listen to his music and he's like, 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. I walked down to the liquor store. I went and saw my girl next door. Like all of his music is like that. So this idea that he's like, I'm going to fucking crush you between my thighs, you fucking degenerates, is so ridiculous.
1, a 2,
3. Like, listen to his music. Listen to Robbie Williams. That's what it's like.
Oh my
It's
God,
like,
I'm dying.
like all of his music is like that. It's ridiculous.
My God, I need a second. Oh God.
Also, 2 monkey movies. That I know that's like a
2
long,
monkey
like everybody
movies.
making
So
the jokes about 2 monkey
I wouldn't
movies.
be surprised if Alien or Kingdom won.
There's no way Alien wins.
No?
No.
Okay. I didn't see it, so.
There's no way. I loved Alien Romulus. I really
Yeah.
did. It was actually really enjoyed it, but it's not going to win. Wicked also won't win. There's not a Wicked won't.
No, unfortunately, I don't think so.
Better Man could win. There's also some advancements they did in Better Man, but I'm inclined to think it'll be Dune or Kingdom.
Writing adapted screenplay.
This is a time for me to also lament. And now that I'm on a podcast, I fucking hate that adapted screenplay and original screenplay are split into 2 categories.
I really don't
This
understand
pisses
it.
me off because there's no Academy voter that's reading the source material for these books. They aren't. They're not. They're not
Right.
reading the books. They're not reading the poems. They're not reading the whatever. They're not reading the memoirs. Like writing adapted screenplay, I hate this category because it just is dumb. It should all just be one screenplay.
One screenplay.
Like it should just be one thing. It shouldn't be 2. And then also we need to cut down on categories and we need to add in a best coloring category and a best stunt category because at this point it's
100%.
ridiculous that both of those don't have categories.
I'm so, yeah. What was
Astonishing that those don't have
stunts
categories.
and color is what you just said?
Stunts and color.
Yeah, I agree.
It's ridiculous there's no stunt and it's ridiculous there's no color.
Agree.
There's
yeah.
no good argument. People have made arguments against it, and I'm just like, you're wrong. If you make arguments against it, you don't understand how movies are made today. Every film has stunts. Even non-action films have stunts.
Oh, no,
Like,
I 100%
They deserve a
agree
stunt
about the
category.
stunts.
Yeah, it makes me annoyed. And
then
the
the
fact that
Fall
writing
Guy.
has 2 categories, and the
then,
fact I'm sitting here.
and then the Fall Guy could be nominated.
then Fall Guy could be nominated. All right. Anyway, sorry, my rant's over. Done.
All right, writing adapted screenplay, go.
I don't know. I was
You were just so angry that you didn't choose her.
Sing Sing. Sing Sing's my vote for this
Oh,
one.
okay. See, again, I didn't see Sing Sing. I'm going to say Conclave
Yep.
for this because I think it had won a few other writing.
Conclave has
categories.
so much hype around it as well.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if it was also Nickel Boys because Nickel Boys has had a bunch of hype around it.
It has.
Complete Unknown, also big fan. Go Scott, but I don't think a Complete Unknown will win.
I
We'll
don't
take
think
this one.
so. Original screenplay.
Real Pain.
You know what? Oh, see, I put the
I didn't
substance.
see September 5.
I didn't either. I put the substance, but I think I'm torn because
I just think Kieran Culkin and
Yeah.
what's his name? Mark Zuckerberg.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg have been running around doing some really amazing press for this film. And they've been talking all about the writing of it too. Jesse Eisenberg has been talking about it. And I think that press will pay off. So I think Real Pain.
So I put the substance because I think that it was really good. But now I'm looking at this list again and I'm pretty torn between A Real Pain and Nora. Because I think Nora, I don't know. This is a tough one for me because I do agree with you. I thought A Real Pain was amazing and the writing was amazing. And I also think that Nora was great for an original screenplay. So to choose one, you know what? I'm gonna say Anora. I'm gonna switch my
Okay.
vote to Anora. And
You go, Anora.
that. And then our last 2 is
Let's do Best Picture. Let's say Best Editing for last. I
best
feel like.
editing for last.
That's what the point of our show is about.
Yeah. All right.
This is a total who knows.
We're
This
going
category
to-
is
this one-
always a total who knows.
Let me just. I'm gonna name the.
This is
ones that
also a
are up
weird
for Best
category
Picture.
because it's ranked choice voting. This is the only ranked choice voting in the Oscars. So
And what does that mean?
I'm so glad you asked, Lian.
But I do.
Let me tell you
wait,
about-
real quick. I just want to list the nominees for Best Picture. Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked.
Yeah.
All right, now explain what this process is.
First past the post voting is how you vote for president. It's the person between two candidates or between however many candidates that gets the most amount of votes wins the vote.
Okay.
So if I have 4 candidates and candidate A gets the most votes, then candidate A wins. That's called first past the post.
Okay.
That's how Best Picture used to be won. They changed the voting a few years back to what's called ranked choice voting. So now when you vote for this category as an Academy member, you rank these films from 1 to 7 or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And the way that it works is the first film you pick gets your vote. But if that film doesn't win a certain number of votes threshold, they take all of the votes for that category and they go to each of those votes and they ask, well, what's your second choice? Then your vote goes to that second choice film. And they do this for every single movie until there's only one movie left. And then that film wins. So the idea behind that is the film that wins is the film that ends up being like the most liked by the most amount of people.
Okay.
Now, in principle, this is a good idea because Best Picture was always this very controversial thing. Mm-hmm. I get frustrated by, I love ranked choice voting and use it. And I'm like, we should do our presidential elections based off ranked choice voting. But I don't necessarily know that I think it should be used for this, only because I feel like there's a great thing that like Rick Rubin, who is a music producer, once talked about, which is the idea that like really great art should be loved by 50% of people and hated by 50% of people. Mm-hmm. And that like, it's like a problem they talk about in music production, that like the more producers you have and the more producers with like veto power, the more you end up with the really good ideas being kicked out because they are daunting and they are challenging.
Interesting, yeah.
The initial reaction of a lot of people is something's challenging is to not like the thing.
Yeah.
So I think with ranked choice voting, what you end up with is not necessarily like the film that was the best picture that year, but the film that was the least offensive.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which is why I think
because then it comes down to like a personal choice as opposed to like
the film you thought was the best. The
Yeah.
film that you thought went out there and showed its stuff and did something incredible.
Which is like fine for it to be personal, but then you then bring in a bunch of other
Baggage.
past experiences with something.
So I would rather a film win Best Picture that only had 25% of people, 25% of votes, if it's the most challenging film.
Yeah.
That's why this category is always really hard to predict. Like people have a really difficult time predicting it because it used to be you'd basically pick the film that was the most striking,
Yeah.
right? You were just like, it may not be my favorite film, but it came out and it was striking and it did something awesome and it did something different. Nowadays, it's like you have to pick the film that is the most sensible to your senses. But that's why like something like Parasite, when Parasite won, was so crazy because it was like most people had to put that pretty high on their ranked choice for it to win. So
You know what? We should ask, if we get Bill Hoy on this podcast, he is a member of the Academy.
we can ask who we voted for.
So we can ask, well, not who we voted for, but I think that we could ask him the process.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
How it all
That'd be fun.
works. Okay. So, Best Picture. What do you think, Michael? Or are you torn?
No, I agree with you. I think it's going to be Brutalist.
The Brutalist.
I think it'll be Brutalist. I think
and the Oscar goes to...
I think it was not my favorite film on this list. My favorite film on this list would be Complete Unknown, Dune, or Wicked. Again, ridiculous Sing Sing is not on this list, but okay, we'll move on past that. Amelia Perez on this list and not Sing Sing.
Don't get me started.
Unbelievable. Dune Part 2, man, I really loved Dune Part 2. Probably is my favorite on this list, but I also really did love Complete Unknown and Wicked.
I really love Dune Part 2, but I gotta say, out of all of the films that have been nominated, Nora is the one that I am continuously thinking about.
It won't be a Nora.
It's not.
Because
it's
Nora is not going to be, that's what I mean. Like it's not perfectly sensible to everybody. So it's not going to be that on there.
No, but I'm saying that, like, because you were saying which ones you like the most.
Yes.
On the list.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy a lot, I loved Wicked, loved The Substance, loved Dune Part 2, but for some reason, when I saw Nora,
Yeah.
after I was done watching it, I had to sit with it for like a day or two to be like, how do I feel about this film? And it evolved into just, I love this film. I'm continuously thinking about it. There's a moment where the character says, you know, he's from Russia and he comes to the US, right? And there's a moment where he's talking to his parents and he's like, I'm in the US, I can do anything. I can go on a week-long vacation in Vegas whenever I want. I can do drugs whenever I want. I can get married. I can get divorced. Like and for some reason that line like stood out to me because you're from Russia where everything may or may not be like controlled. And when you have this picture of America where you're like, you could do anything. Like if you're caught, there's consequences.
Put a bald
like,
eagle sound effect right in behind you saying that.
Yeah. But like it made me think of America in like this kind of, it's like, okay, yeah, I know you could do anything, but like it just made me think of it in like a
Patriotic
different way of like, wow, you could, whether it's illegal, legal, like you got to get caught for it, you know, and then there's consequences if you're caught, but like to have that mentality of like, I could get married and a week later I could just get divorced.
Yeah.
Like
I can do whatever I want.
if you have no morals and all, like it just, I don't know.
Sure,
It
I got
just
it.
really like threw me. So anyway.
I hope for your sake Nora does win. I would love for Nora to win.
Yeah, I would love for it to win, but I do think the Brutalist. I
think The Brutalist
stick
will
with
win.
the Brutalist.
I have opinions on this category.
Go for
All
it.
right, go for it.
I
The Cassidy Corner. We need a little song for
Cassidy Corner.
ba-dum-bum-bum. Cassidy
So-
Corner.
The film I liked the most that I've seen of the Best Picture nominees is The Substance because I really love horror films and I think it was a great homage to 80s body horror. The film that I think is going to win is The Brutalist because politically it's an immigrant story and it deals with a hot button issue that a lot of people are thinking and talking about. And also historically, the Academy really loves giving Best Picture and Director Oscars to actors who their first directorial effort is really surprising. In this case, Brady Corbett directing The Brutalist, and in the past, Ordinary People with Robert Redford and Dances with Wolves with Kevin Costner.
There you go.
Cassidy Corner.
Cassidy Corner.
Boo. The Substance, though, I'd be surprised if The Substance won, but
Yeah.
it'd be pretty good. All right, final category.
Best film editing.
Because our podcast is about film editing.
I don't want to shit talk anybody. I think the people who worked on these films are probably brilliant, amazing people. So this is not a comment against them. This is one of the worst sets of best film editing I've seen in a long time.
How? Okay.
Like actually bad. Like not like obviously there's great films on here, but it's like this is the selection you gave me. Like I could name there are much better edits this year. Like tremendously better edits this year.
Don't understand how The Substance was not nominated for editing or sound.
Motherfucking for real.
Or sound. The sound is the part. Oh my God. I watched that film.
I also don't understand. Again, I know we disagree. I don't understand how Gladiator wasn't up for this. I don't understand how Dune Part 2 wasn't up for this.
Oh, that, yeah.
I don't understand how.
How is Dune Part 2? Amelia Perez is up for this. How?
It's unfucking believable. It's I mean, even a fucking Nosferatu. Like, there's so many films that should have been in this category. The fact that I'm looking at this list is like so my pick for this is the film I think should win based off of this list,
I agree.
which we have the same pick. But I also don't think it will win. Let me be clear. I don't think it will win. The Academy...
Based off of this list, you don't think it will win?
No, I don't. Well, I also think you and I give a shit about editing. I think most Academy voters don't give a fuck about editing.
They go for the flashiest.
They not. I wish they went for the flashiest. They go for the like what they think their sensibilities of having never stepped in a cutting room, what they think is a good edit.
You know what's interesting too is that we were talking about this in a previous episode. I can't remember. I think it was last episode, but we were talking about how the mindset of invisible art.
Yes.
Right? So this concept of the best edit is the most invisible edit. How do you pick that for film editing?
I know.
If it's supposed to be invisible, how are you supposed to figure out which one is the best?
But
I
also think you can look at a movie and you can be like, how is this movie structured? How is its pacing? Like you can, even without knowing all the footage. Like I can watch a movie and I can be like, that's like, there are even individual edits. Sometimes you see in a film and you go, oh, that was not done. Your sound transition on that was bad, or those shots didn't go well together, or something like that, right? Like I have opinions on little like micro editing and macro editing, but I am also inclined to think like, I think Anora probably deserves to be on this list.
Anora's
Brutalist.
fine.
I'm in general against any movie that's over 3 hours being on the best film editing list. I know that's like a hot take, but I can't understand why it's on there. Conclave is like political, so I get it being on this list, but also like that's the best you got there. Again, I think Complete Unknown should be on this list.
The Substance.
Substance should be on this list.
After I watched The Substance, I was like, this has to be up for editing and sound. Looked at it and it was not. And I was like, how? How is this not? And even watching on my shitty laptop, that sound that they,
I'm sorry,
my God.
This is some fuck ass choices this year. That being said, I
stand by my choice.
What I think is going to win and what I want to win, actually, I don't know if I said earlier, they are different. Now, looking at this list, they're different. I think Conclave will win.
Okay.
Again, I go back to it's the political movie, and there's this idea that like doing good politics movies have to do with good editing and good maintaining all of the different subplots within a political storyline. I do think Wicked should win.
That's what I have.
So,
I think Wicked's gonna win.
I would love for Wicked to win.
I think it is gonna win because out of all of them, Wicked is the most like the one that I could definitely pick out editing choices. And this is the other thing that I hate about this category. This category in general is like so hard for every year. It's always so hard for me to figure out because I always think, which is not what the Academy or other people might think, but I always question what went behind the scenes for this edit. Because as we've talked about, you could have been given shitty footage.
Yes.
But your edit from that footage might
incredible.
be amazing, but it's not seen because no one, I'm not saying that you need to be behind the scenes all the time, but like it's
if it was
so
up to
hard
me, John Wick would win every
out.
single year for this category, but I know like John Wick would never be nominated.
Yeah.
But it's like I watch John Wick and I go, this is some of the best editing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But it's like I know that John Wick is never going to get nominated for it.
Right. But I'm going to stick by my Wicked choice. I think
Wicked's great. I hope I'm wrong. I would really love for Wicked to win. I hope I'm wrong. I also think like Myron, it is a hard one because the last film Myron was nominated for was Tick, Tick, Boom, which I adore. The editing Tick, Tick, Boom. That being said, that was the same year it was up against Don't Look Up for best editing. So I could not root for Tick, Tick, Boom. I was like, Myron, I was like, this is so good. This is so good. Like, again,
Did it win that year?
No, it didn't win.
I forget who won that year.
I know it was Dune.
Oh, yeah. Perfectly fine. I have no...
Not Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up. Leanne.
I have no qualms
Leanne,
about that.
Stand By Me. Should have been Don't Look Up. Although that was a good year. I'm going to just stand by it. Like Tick, Tick, Boom, Dune, Don't Look Up. That was a good year for best editing. Like there was a lot going on there. What the fuck is this list? What is this list? This is horrible. I hate this list.
The fact that Amelia Perez is up for film editing and Dune 2 is not makes me so...
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
And I will say this, and because I think I said this off mic. If Amelia Perez did not get nominated for 13, it's 13, right?
Yeah.
13 Oscars and was the most nominated, I would not feel as passionately about this film as I do now. If I saw it and it was not nominated, I'd be like, okay, it was a movie. It was mad, like whatever. And I would just forget about it. But the fact that this is up for so many nominees and is leading is what pisses me off about this film. And Michael hasn't seen it yet, so
I'll watch it before the Oscars. It's on my because it's become this stupid thing that's just it's like all anyone's talking about is this movie. It's
I
like,
know.
I need to watch this movie just so I have some context, but yeah.
Well, that concludes our Oscar predictions. I don't know. Do you have any other
thoughts
about? You've exhausted
outside of the Oscars. What was your favorite movie of the year? Do you have a favorite movie of the year? Do you have a favorite book of the year? Do you have a favorite video game of the year?
Oh, you're just
be
asking
quick
me
little
all of
cultural.
things.
Just your media
It's
you
always
consumed.
and it's always a loaded question. Was my favorite movie of the year? Like I love. You know what?
Just
also
have an answer.
You know what? Also
Doesn't
got
have to be a
snubbed.
movie.
Challengers. I loved Challengers.
This makes me so mad. I literally, when the Oscar nominations came out and there was no Challengers, I was talking to somebody about that and they were like, it's ridiculous. Challengers was snubbed. And I went, well, of course, because Challengers was last year. It wasn't this year. Like Challengers was incredible. Of course it would have swept. And then I was wrong. I realized I was shown to be wrong. And that sent me into like a fit of rage because I was like, wait, what do you mean Challengers isn't up? Like, what? It was such a shock to my system because in my mind, Challenger should have swept literally all of this. So the concept that it wasn't even up for one of these, I just assumed that it was last year. I was like, well, it has to have been last year. Like,
and because it's not up, I keep kind of forgetting about it.
It's crazy.
But Challengers and Dune 2 were probably my favorite of the year. And now Anora.
Completely agree. Challengers got it's because it's like it's not even that it was snubbed. It was like the fact that it's not even up for a single one is like, did they forget about this movie? Like part of me just am like, did you just forget that this movie came out? Because I did. Like I guess I forgot it came out this year, but it's like
I did too. But then when you just asked me what was my favorite movie, Challengers and Dune 2 were up there.
You know what also should have been up there? I actually really did enjoy it a good amount was Furiosa. Should have been up for like best. You could have given it best costume, best production design, best visual effects.
Wasn't it up for something? I thought it was up for one of them.
Nope, not a single one.
I thought it would have. Yeah, I guess I would have.
I also thought other really great films that year that got no nod. Monkey Man, brilliant. Haley Stabler worked on that as an additional editor. Big fan. Okay, I am a big fan of Roadhouse, but that might just be me. I'm a big.
Well,
fan
I got to turn the question to you too. What was your favorite movie of the year?
My favorite
video game, favorite whatever.
Well, I want to hear. Do you have a favorite book? Your favorite
book.
Video game?
You know what? I actually really liked Tom Hanks's The Making of a Feature Film.
Oh, okay.
It's really interesting because it's like written like a novel, but I think it's actually pulled from different projects
he's
of what
worked on?
happened.
That's cool.
But it goes from like pre-production all the way to the end.
Okay.
But it'll be like, first day of production, and it'll focus on like the PA, and he gives the PA a name. And it's like, she was blah, blah, blah. Like, it's really interesting.
Cool.
So I did really like that. Video game, I got really into Animal Crossing.
That's great. Animal Crossing New Horizon.
And I got really into Satisfactory. Shout out to Ian Hanna.
Wow, Satisfactory, really?
This.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you know the game?
Of course I do.
I'm addicted to it. That's the type of game. That's my type of game. So, and I can't remember if it was this year. It might have been last year. Power World I was really into for a while.
Was this year.
And then I kind of like, I basically just quote unquote beat the game in a way. Like I leveled up as much as I could. And it just kind of like died off because I'm like, I don't have too much left to do. So yeah, that was my rap for the
it's your rap
for the media portion of the year.
I was gonna have favorite album. It's hard. Favorite album's always hard.
Favorite album's hard, especially because I don't really listen to like pop culture music that much.
All right. My favorite movie this year was a movie called Kneecap.
Oh,
I adore. I just looking through my old Letterboxd history. Without a doubt, my favorite film this year. Again, so snubbed at the Oscars. Unbelievably snubbed at the Oscars. Also, just like should have been watched by everybody in America, in the world. Everyone should watch Kneecap. It's so good, and it's a movie about an Irish rap group named Kneecap, and they rap in Gaelic, and it's about them just being young people in modern day Northern Ireland. It's also played by the members of the actual rap group, and they are fictionalizing and kind of hyper fantasizing their creation of their band. And it's so brilliant. It's one of the best films I saw this year without a doubt. I would say my favorite book I read this year was the Bible. No. My favorite book I read this year was Play Nice by Jason Schreier, which was about the rise and fall of Blizzard Entertainment, which is a brilliant book. Great novel. If you're interested in video games at all, Blizzard Entertainment is this like monster in the video game industry, but it's always had a tumultuous past. This is a book that chronologizes, and it's really interesting.
Okay,
it's really interesting. It's like a business drama almost, just going into the intricacies of what it takes to release a video game and make money on it, and how that intercedes with like trying to create art is really interesting. So that was my favorite book this year. Favorite video game, probably Baldur's Gate. I feel like it came out 2 years ago, but I'm still finishing it.
Michael has to go to a Baldur's Gate.
I have to go play Baldur's Gate after this. I also have been on a bit of a PS5 kick, playing through all of the PlayStation games. Oh man, okay. I'm not gonna say Baldur's Gate because that came out last year. I'm gonna say it's not a game that came out this year, but I just thought it was so fucking good, which is Uncharted 4, which I finally played for the first time, and that's one of the best goddamn video games I've ever played in my life. But anyway, there you go. That's my list.
All right. Well, I think that was a good conclusion of our Oscar predictions. And
Cassidy, any final notes from Cassidy Corner?
Everybody watch more movies and enjoy the movies. Whether it was nominated for an Oscar or not, you gotta watch movies.
Watch movie, guys.
There you go,
you heard it here
gentlemen.
What was my end phrase that I had?
Everybody
written
go
down?
out and watch Megalopolis.
Megalopolis.
Support the movies.
I'll tag us out. You keep on slipping.
You keep on slipping.
All right, guys. Keep on sipping.
Keep on slipping and chipping.
Keep on sipping, and we'll keep on clipping.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Sips and Clips is a podcast produced by Lian McFalls and Michael Schusterman. Graphic by Max Schulman. Sound mixing by Cassidy Legan. Sound editing by Zach Griffin. Follow us on Instagram at Sips and Clips Pod. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe.